Honorable Men Discord, the Diddy trial. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new, I would never cower.
As always, welcome back to another episode. I appreciate all of you for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let's talk about it. Now, the Diddy trial, I feel like lost steam once the back and forth conflict was going on with Israel and Iran. That's just my opinion. But now that hopefully they've achieved peace, we're back on Diddy. All right, let me play this report from ABC News, and I'm gonna talk about it further.
We're outside federal court in Lower Manhattan, where for the last 7 weeks, federal prosecutors have been presenting their case against one of music's biggest stars, the hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. And after 34 witnesses testifying over 28 days, when even the temperature has gone from 50 degrees to 100 degrees, today the prosecution rested. Soon, a jury of 8 men and 4 women will be handed the case after hearing from 34 witnesses and examining more than 1,000 pieces of evidence, including voice notes of Combs played in court.
Where my life is at right now, I don't have no time for no games, baby girl. Me and you can be mad, I can have a spat, we can have whatever. Then after that, you better get on your job.
Some of the government's key testimony came from 3 alleged victims: 7 former Combs employees, 4 hotel workers, 2 celebrities, and 2 male escorts, one known as the Punisher and Daniel Phillip. Prosecutors say this testimony and hundreds of pieces of evidence paint a picture of a criminal enterprise they say Combs used to coerce, traffic, and transport his alleged victims, with the defense unsuccessfully filing for 2 mistrials and the judge dismissing 1 juror for lack of candor. And in the midst of it all, a child was born to star witness Cassie Ventura. Sean Combs has maintained his innocence throughout, and his attorneys are resting the defense case without calling any witnesses, seemingly confident they've raised enough doubt among jurors that what they've heard for the last 7 weeks amounts to ex-girlfriends complaining about regretful sex. Stay with ABC News for all the latest developments as one of the most high-profile trials in recent memory heads to the jury.
What's your thoughts on this, folks? Do you think everything that was presented is enough to have Sean in prison? I'm not going to say Diddy. To have Sean in prison for a lifetime? Or do you think it's going to be something where he's going to be able to just serve a few years, something light, less than 10 years? Which I don't even know if that's how it works in the feds, because it's a federal case, if I'm not mistaken. But in any event, I don't know about anyone watching this, but I thought I would see a lot more. I thought there would be a lot more evidence. But then again, you know, this entire trial shut the media out. The media wasn't allowed. I think if the media was allowed in, so we as the public could actually watch some of this evidence being presented, I think we'd have a better opinion, and I think we feel like we have a better idea of where this whole trial may go, as far as his whether or not he gets off or not. Now, do I think he's gonna get off? I don't think so. I don't think he's gonna get off. I just think it comes down to just how much time they're gonna give him. Now, one thing that stood out for me is that there's 8 male jurors and 4 female. I'd like to know, why is that? Is that the standard? For those of you that follow court cases or have a law background, could you explain that to me? Why is there 8? I'm pretty sure I could just look it up at ChatGPT. I don't want to do that. I want to interact with real people. Is that okay that I leave it out? Because I could just pull my phone out right now and look it up. But why is there 8 male jurors and 4 females? Why isn't it an even match? Just out of curiosity. But what's your thoughts? Do you think Diddy's going to get off? I thought before this trial started, the first thing I thought is, at some point in time, he's going to maybe take the stand and just start throwing out names, like pulling people in with with him. I thought it was gonna be one of those things where he goes for broke. That's an old saying, where he just, by any means, I'm not gonna sit down in jail any longer. You know, I believe he missed the holidays. I think he missed his birthday, if I'm not mistaken. But he definitely missed the holidays whilst he was sitting in jail. So I thought by the time we got here in May, he would just be name dropping left and right. You know, but that's not the type of case that this was. It's not the type of trial this was. You know, there was no name dropping. I was expecting to hear, of all names, Jay-Z being dropped by Sean, and other names as well, but that's not the case, which is why I really don't know what's going to happen with this. I thought there was going to be a lot more drama involved in this trial, but it seems that obviously he didn't take the stand, and you know, he's taking it like a champ. You know, he's just, you know, staying silent by the advice of his attorney or attorneys, and I guess we're going to see how it plays out. Was that the right move to make, him not taking a stand? Most likely, yes. Most likely, yes, that was the right move to make, because they would have cross-examined him to the point where he would have looked crazy up there. So, I think it was in his best interest to stay silent and let the attorneys battle it out. But that's my thoughts on this. You know, much like whether or not peace will continue between Israel and Iran, just as curious as to how this is going to play out. How is the final outcome is going to be of this trial. But your guess is as good as mine. I'm locked in as you're locked in. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your auntie, tell your uncle, tell your grandfather, tell your grandma, your work friends, your work colleagues. Let them know about Honorable Men Discord. Tell them hit that subscribe button. Stay locked in daily, Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Salute. I'll see you all in the next episode.